Would you live with your girlfriend's parents even after you've bought a flat to help you get into property investment? That's what I did. This is the reason why I did it. And just in case it might inspire you to do the same, or think about what you want to do when you're getting into property and how you want to do it. So this is the channel where I focus on property investment, specializing in flats with short leases. It's what I've done through not only my sort of property career, but also as an estate agent. Started out as an estate agent, now run my own estate agency specializing in short leases too. So if you've got an interest in short leases, absolutely please feel free to follow along, subscribe for more. And we'll be talking not only about this portfolio, but also some live deals as we're renovating them as well. But going back to the start, I decided to move back in with my girlfriend's parents rather than carry on living in the first flat I bought in London. The reason for that was simple. It was money. Let's lay it on the line. That's why we're getting into property investment in the first place. That's why I'm getting into property investment in the first place anyway. What it allowed was two main things. Firstly, I didn't have to pay the mortgage. So monthly mortgage on that property, if I remember correctly, was around about £700. Not a huge deal, not a huge amount, but equally compared to what I could save by living with parents rent free. Thankfully, not having to take care of all bills, but contributing at least towards the bills and obviously paying for food and such like along the way. I will admit it was a very nice setup, and not everyone is fortunate enough to be in that situation. So decided, let's make the most of it. Not only are we not having to pay that mortgage, but also letting the flat out means we're getting in another £500 or £600 a month on top of living rent free, on top of what I'm already saving through work and what I'm doing in the day job, to then enable me to go on and buy that next property. And at the same time, still benefiting from the capital growth, because we bought in an area that was going up at the time, also managed to buy the flat a little below market value. It wasn't anything too extreme, but just getting started in property. And I'll talk through some of the figures at the end. Just getting started, even if you can't find anything dramatically below market value, if you're in a growth area, if you're in a growth market, can be incredibly helpful. Now, some people at the time said to me, are you mad? You're living with effectively in-laws here. That is not everyone's dream cup of tea. Sure, it would be nice to have our own space, but thankfully their house was such that we could have the loft conversion with a bathroom up there. So we had a little bit of our own space inside of a shared house. Yeah, we're still hanging out in the living room and sharing the kitchen, the cooking facilities and everything like that. But honestly, it wasn't too bad. I know some people have horrendous relationships with their in-laws and it would be their worst nightmare. But thankfully for me, it was worthwhile. It allowed me to save deposit and then go on to buy the second investment, at which point still decided to stay living and renting. So it couldn't be too bad. Eventually, yes, did move out when we got the third, well, a couple of years after we bought the third property, actually. So it was absolutely worth it at the time. Gave a lot better cash in the bank, allowed to then go on and buy more properties rather than just being stuck in one, paying the mortgage, not saving as much to get onto the second property, which then again allowed us to get onto the third property sooner. So if you're looking to grow a portfolio, it could be something to think about. It's not going to be for everyone. This is in no way financial advice. You will make up your own mind on this, absolutely. But a little bit to ponder on maybe for someone if you've not thought about it before, could be a good option. As I said, I'm going to do more content on this, especially with a short lease focus. So if you are interested in investing in property, if you are looking at flats or short leases, then please feel free to follow along and the next video will be out soon.